is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's go.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Lance looking to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ed Oliver, that time to want to get in there and bring him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Well, think about the strong safety position. They're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. It's taken to the 26. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Chiefs are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. Well, they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot. Find a way to win some games and keep moving forward.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Mahomes going to throw. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the posts.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Shotgun now for Lance.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Taking a shot for Samuel. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And the 49ers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Right where the set him down started. They need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, right.
To throw, it's Lance.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Running the slant, Gray with it. And he is going to have a 49ers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go, set. Go, game.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The 49ers are going to turn over the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed, going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
That's caught by Howard. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. 64 yards. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Mahomes will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Lance to throw it. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Basically, you're not going to outrun 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Now this will be a return from deep in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some...
This is intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have it here just past the 25.
But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Mahomes now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
On play action, Lance.
In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. McCaffrey running up the middle. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye.
He's got him in, complete. A big play there for KC, 43 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
He'll let one go deep for Howard.
And he's got it inside the 10. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Chiefs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point up and through. And they open open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Final minute now of the third quarter. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Lance going to throw.
Will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So possession goes over here on the punt,
and they will take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there for KC. 47 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Mahomes now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And they get a 4th quarter pick. Something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the Chiefs will take over possession here up at the 44.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes...
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners will take over possession here up at the 44.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The Niners on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Now Lance.
And now here's another interception.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side. 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Cam Akers, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
No problem there on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
He'll let one go deep for Howard.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Off the play fake. Hayes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Seems pretty obvious defensively the key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The slot man in motion right. Desperation time here. Lance. And now here's another interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
So it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. 43. Mahomes going to throw it here. This will be caught. It's Samuel. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw. Hayes. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and then trying to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
One final try now for Lance.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Now this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, these young guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Kansas City, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for San Francisco.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Brand new in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. CGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We doing honest, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we get God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring.